guys, so today I'm here to talk about Avengers Infinity War. I've never talked about Marvel movies in videos before, but this movie shocked me and I can't even. I just saw it this morning and I needed to film and just talk about it because I did go with a friend and we did talk about it extensively, but I just need to get my thoughts out and this video is going to be spoiler crazy. So if you have not watched this film, do not look at this video because you are going to get spoiled and I am concerned for you that stuff is going to be going on. I don't even know where to start with this movie. I just can't deal. Like, I actually didn't even want to go see it at one point because I was so scared that so much bad shit was going to happen in this film, and it did, and I was not prepared. I literally cried so much in this film. Every time something happened I was just a bawling mess, and at least the last 20 minutes I just was dying, and just I can't, like, seriously, from the start of the film when the credits started rolling and it was just really depressing music, I was like, I'm gonna leave cinema, cannot do this. I really did enjoy that the movie did start off just straight after Ragnarok finished, and you've got them on the spaceship, and at the end, you know, the movie, they're like, Asgard's a place, not a people, and then they just all fucking die, and I was not okay. Like, the whole entire population and all of Thor's people died when Thanos came in on the boat to get the Tesseract, and then Loki's there, and I was so shitting myself because I'm like, Loki's gonna flip places, and then bloody Heimdall got stabbed in the heart, and he got Hulk out of there, and I was so, like, I couldn't believe it. Someone died in the first 5 minutes, and then Loki fucking died, and I was just not okay. The minute he gave over the Tesseract, I felt it was coming. I felt he was gonna die, and I was just like, no, it's already making me so sad. Like, literally, I just, like, just the way that he died too, and then he got chucked at Thor's feet, and then Thor was gone, and I'm thinking, oh my god, what even? I was just not ready. And then you come back and you got Doctor Strange, and then you got Iron Man, and then the bloody ships are coming, and they're trying to get to Doctor Strange to get the time stone, and then they need to get the stone from Vision, and just, it was all happening, and I was so confused too because there was always one stone that was never found, and that was the Soul Stone. I always thought that either Thanos was gonna have the Soul Stone in his hand already, so when he had the purple one, I'm thinking, oh, that's the stone we're looking for, but then it's like, no, that's the Power Stone that the Guardians of the Galaxy found. The other theory I had was it was somewhere in Wakanda and it was gonna come out in Black Panther, so I was very confused when that didn't happen in Black Panther, and then to find out that Gamora knew about it the whole time, I was just like, what? So all the stones were on the table, and just gradually through this movie, Thanos got each and every fucking one of them, and I just could not believe that he won. Like, he won, and I think I really liked about this movie is we had all these different stories happening and everyone was connecting. So you've got Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man who meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they're off trying to destroy Thanos and stop him from getting the Time Stone. Then you've got Thor, Root, and Rocket, and they're off trying to make a weapon, and oh my god, like, Peter Dinklage came into it. Like, why was Tyrion Lannister in this movie and he's a giant ass dwarf? And I was like, what? Then you've got Captain America and he is off doing some stuff, and then you've got all the other characters, and it's all just building, and then you're in Wakanda, and it just kept building and building, and having all these characters interact, and having Groot and Rocket on Earth for the first time was crazy for me. But like, I just loved the interconnecting stories, and they did it so well, and it wasn't like too big. Like, the movie felt like it was over so quickly, and I was just so devastated by the ending of this. There's so much that happened, I don't even know what to talk about because I'm just dying. The thing I am excited about though is I finally got Vision and Scarlet Witch as an item. Like, I was hoping this was gonna happen because that was the thing that did happen in the comic books, because I googled it, not that I've read the comic books. So I've only ever been a fan of Marvel through the movies, and I don't even know where to start with comic books. It's just too hard. But I was so glad that they went in that strand, and actually having Paul Bettany actually be able to be himself for a little bit of the scene, and then he went back to being full Vision look. But I was so happy that they're together, and Scarlet Witch kicked ass in this movie. Like, I was honestly so excited, and like how she kept trying to protect Vision, and like we're trying to fix him, and like the discussion of, you know, 50% of the universe is gonna die or we kill one dude, like that whole discussion with Captain America and all that stuff. Like, I couldn't even, the amount of ethics and talking and describing and like actually trying to figure out what's the best move here was so crazy, and I just could not it's just, I just can't even. Like, this movie has to be the best Avengers, Marvel, whatever movie that's come out, because so much, like 10 years has been leading up to make this movie a thing, and I could not. So one of the characters that I was really terrified for in this movie was Gamora, because I feel like it would be an easy time for them to just kill her off, but she has so much more potential that she could have gone through and like fucking killed her off and just what was happening? Like seriously though, when she was talking to Peter and she's just like, if he gets me, kill me. And then they kissed and they're actually an item now. And then at the end when, you know, Thanos actually had the reality stone and he made Gamora think that she killed him, and because she has such a fucked up relationship with this guy because he raised her, he is the worst being in the universe. I just, like, when she cried when he died, I was just so overwhelmed and I was crying with her. And then when he got her and then Quill had to shoot her and they're like, I love you, and he's like, I love you too, and I was really hoping they could do like a Star Wars, like, I love you. I know. I was so excited. And then when his gun turned into the bubbles and Thanos got Gamora, and when you find out that she actually had the Soul Stone the whole time, they've gone to that place and the fucking Red Skull was there, and I was so shocked. Like, he was like tesseracted away a gazillion years ago and he was still alive and he looked like a Dementor and I didn't know what was going on. And like, that end scene with Gamora, to get the Soul Stone, Thanos had to swap a soul to get the stone and you had to sacrifice the person you loved most. And like, when Gamora was there laughing because she's like, you are such a horrible person, there is no one in this universe that you love. And then when Thanos started crying, it gave him emotions, it made him more human. And he pushed Gamora off and she fell and she's just lying there dead. And I just couldn't. And he sacrificed so much to get to this point. And like, the type of villain that believes so strongly in what they're doing is the scariest type of villains. Every type of story always does the cull the population thing, but like, he believed it so much, and just, you know, the snap of his fingers and 50% of all beings in the universe vanished. And I just, like, I just feel like, you know, with this movie, because it's part 1 and part 2, they had to get to the point where everything had literally gone to shit, that Thanos had won, and that is what happened. And I hope in the next film they can fix it. They need to fix it. Because Thanos has what he wants now. There's no reason for him to fight them because he has won. Like, this is just so devastating. So we might as well talk about the end, because shit got real intense, because you've got all those creepy ass beings coming out of them ships and they're trying to get the stone out of Vision, so Vision still survives, but they get the stone and then they can destroy the stone, so then Thanos doesn't win. Does not work out that way. But you've got Cap and you've got Bucky and Falcon and Black Widow and they're all fighting together, and you've got the Wakandans all going into it and they're fighting those creepy ass beasts, and then bloody Thor comes down and he's got his new hammer and attacking everyone, and also Thor got his eye back. Like, I didn't expect him to get his eye back. Yes, it's a robotic eye and they probably had to put like a contact on him so it looks different than his actual eye, but still, he had back his hammer, he had his eye back, and he had his cloak back, and he just looked more like Thor. Like, he doesn't have his long hair anymore, but he was Thor, and that was a really good part of the movie. It was a bit jarring getting used to Thor without his hair, but I've gotten used to it now and I do like him looking like this better. Like, Thor was there and they were starting to win, and Thanos was there because, you know, that whole scene too, I'm going back and forth here, but when the Guardians and Iron Man and that were all fighting Thor and they had their plan and they had him down, they were about to take the gauntlet off his hand. Then you've got Peter there and he's just like, where is Gamora? And then they're saying, you know, he feels lost, he feels grief. And then Nebula's like, he's killed Gamora, and Peter just fucking loses it and he starts shooting it up, and then the whole plan goes south. And then at the Southern movie with Doctor Strange saying, I will sacrifice your lives to protect this stone because a zillion people are gonna die, and if only 2 people die to protect the stone and for us to win, this is a good thing. And then you've got the whole thing where he's moving, he's like, and he's like looking at like 14 million possibilities and there's only one where they actually win. And it was such a crazy, jarring experience. He's ready to sacrifice everyone, and by the end when Thanos is about to kill Iron Man, because Iron Man was stabbed, and I'm thinking, this is it. Like, you know, most of the main Avengers contracts are over, so I was expecting people to start dying. And when Doctor Strange was just like, you know, I'll give you the stone if you let him live, this has to mean something. Like, he has to have seen a vision where Iron Man had to survive so that he could actually defeat Thanos in some way. Having Thanos win would probably mean that Thanos is going to be more vulnerable because he's already won, so he's confident in what he's done and he won't expect them to bloody kill him. So I hope that that is the reason why he would give up the stone, because he had that spell in it and it had to actually have Doctor Strange die before he would actually give up the stone. So something has to mean something there. Yeah, so once Thanos has 5 of them, he's gone off to go get the Mind Stone, and they're all fighting him, and he's got all the reality and the time and all this happening. And when he got the Time Stone, I was so upset because, you know, Scarlet Witch is trying to get the Mind Stone out, and Vision just like went crazy and they exploded the Mind Stone, and then Thanos is there, and then he just goes whoop, and he drags back time to when Vision is still alive, and he rips it out of his head, and then he puts the thing in his hand, and then Thor comes in and he stabs him in the chest, and we're thinking, yes, he's dying. And then he's like, you should have gone for my head, and then he snaps his fingers and then the whole world blows up. This movie though, like I was okay for the first like maybe 2 hours, and by the end of the movie I just could not handle it. So then you see the glove and it's all kind of breaking and looking crazy, and then he just disappears. And then you've got Cap comes out and you've got him going, what happened? Where did he go? Where did he go? And then you just turn and Bucky just walks over and then he just fucking turns to dust. The one person I wanted to fucking survive was Bucky. He is my ultimate favourite character because he has had such a good developing arc, and he's just gone. He's just gone. And at first I'm thinking, what is happening? And then it's like, I remember that snap sound in my ear, and it's just like, we're gonna lose 50% of the characters in this moment. They have died, or have they just gone to a different realm? I don't know, but they seem to be dead, because then you've got T'Challa, or the Black Panther, and he's about to walk over, and then he just fucking turns to dust. In the battlefield, you just slowly start to see people turning to dust, and people dying, and people disappearing, and then fucking Scarlet Witch goes. And like, you know, Vision has just died in her hands, and then she disappears as well. Just like Scarlet Witch, Bucky, like Captain America was the one character I really didn't want to die. Like if I had to pick one person to save, I would save Captain America, but he did survive. Like all of the main Avengers survived, but like where the fuck was Clint? He took the deal to be on house arrest so he could be with his family, but he should have come back. He is one of the Avengers. This movie is called Avengers Infinity War. All the Avengers weren't in the movie. I could not believe that. We've still got Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, one of the other ones, Hulk, Black Widow, and Clint wasn't even in the movie. But what if Clint's family's disappeared? We don't know. But yes, then we go back to Iron Man. Then you just see Mantis disappear. Then you see Drax disappear. Then you see Peter disappear. You see fucking Star-Lord disappear, and I just was like, what? And you've just got Peter, and then he's gone to Tony. I don't feel good. And in that moment, I was just like, no. Not Peter, he's only a fucking child. And he's hugging Tony, and that's the hug I always wanted, but in the wrong situation and for the wrong reasons. And then he's hugging him, he's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And then he goes on the ground, and then he just disappears in Tony's arm, and Tony just kinda, and then he sits up and he's just like, I'm fucking alone in the middle of the universe. And then Nebula's still there, but it was just like, what? And then Groot. I just, this was just too much. And that's the thing, is like, yes, they have the time stone. If they get it back, can they reverse this and bring every person who shouldn't have died back into the universe? Because the only people that we do know that have probably died is Loki, Hemdell, and Gamora, unless they might be able to use the soul stone or something, because it's the, you know, swap a soul for a soul. Like maybe they might be able to bring a few characters back, but they're gonna have to keep some people dead. But there was too much loss happening so quickly, and it just didn't work. And then in the end credit scene, when Nick Fury and that chick, whatever her name is, the agents that's always been with him, they bloody disappear, and he's trying to contact Captain fucking Marvel, and I'm just like, what? They've lost every single magical being. And that's the other one. Doctor Strange disappeared as well, and like, he obviously knew that he had to die to make sure that Tony survived and have all this happen, so maybe he knew that there was a way for them to come back. But again, we've lost 50% of the characters. And Falcon went as well, and was War Soldier, I can't remember if War Soldier went now, but I think War Soldier made it. But like, this is the thing too, is like Ant-Man and the Wasp, that movie is happening before this, so will it tie in at the end of that movie that they're going to disappear or something? I do not know, but I just, like, Bucky really got me, man, and Peter, because he just didn't want to go. Like, who would want to go? Because he shouldn't have got off that bus. He should not have left and gone with Tony, and he maybe would have made it, but maybe again he might not have. But yes, that's the thing, is this has left to a lot of heartbreak for me watching this movie. But is there a chance, once they defeat Thanos, are they going to be able to get the time stone and bring it all back? But the thing is if they rewind time, would they rewind the death of Thanos? Like, we don't know. I don't know who to feel. And like, we've got Captain Marvel, and they did have the snippet at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 of Adam Warlock coming, and he can wear the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, maybe he might be able to do something and Captain Marvel will come in, but it's just, like, there's new characters that still need to happen, but like I don't know what to do, and like it's just like so many people died, and this is what I wanted though. Like I didn't want them to bloody make it a shit movie by not having hardly anyone died. Like Loki hit me hard, and I knew that Vision was gonna go because Thanos had to take the throne from his head. I felt like Heimdall might have gone, and Gamora was one that I was scared about, but everyone else I was so terrified of them actually dying, and then having so many people not be alive anymore, and like, you know, so many millions and billions and trillions of people all over the universe have just died and they don't even know. But the thing is like, have they died or have they been transported somewhere else? Like, because like, yes, we do see them turn to dust and all that crap, but like, is it real? And like the thing that's upsetting too is Rocket is the only Guardian of the Galaxy left, and like, you know, they were just answering this distress call and now they're all dead. Like even Mantis died, and I just it's too hard. This is the type of finales books need to get into though, because this hit me hard and I was bawling in the cinema and everyone else is just sitting there like okay, and I'm just like, how are you okay? My babies are just dying and you don't even feel anything. Like what is wrong with these other people in the cinema? Because it wasn't actually that busy in the cinema because we went pretty early in the morning. Well, not early, like 10 o'clock in the morning, but a lot of people like got jobs or, you know, stuff to do, but we were like, nah, watching this movie. Just got home yesterday from seeing my brother's new baby, and like literally the day after I got back after like a 9-hour drive, I'm like, I'm going to this movie right now because I need to see it. I don't know what they possibly can do, but I am concerned and I am shooketh. I am shooketh. Just saying though, one of my favourite things about this movie was the joke where Thor's like, I've got this new friend, this new tree friend, and like Groot is like, I am Groot, and Steve Rogers is like, well, I am Steve Rogers, and I'm like, yes! And the fact that Thor can already understand Groot, great. There were so many jokes and happy moments in this, yet I'm so upset about everything. Like really the upsetting things outweigh the good, like fun, jokey things. Like I love that when it's like, where is Gamora? Who is Gamora? Why is Gamora? Like that was so great. But like honestly, I don't even know what to do in my life anymore. Like this movie just wrecked me. Like, I mean, it was obviously good enough to warrant making a whole movie review about it where I don't even review it, I just fangirl about all my feelings. Oh my god, I'm dying. It's too depressing. It really is too depressing. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my feels and enjoyed the movie, or really unenjoyed the movie as much as I did. So anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later. Bye.